Hey guys, so this is the last video in my Lacura series. This is the Lacura 3 palette that we're going to be using today. And Lacura is Aldi's makeup line. And this is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. So it's all rose tones. It's a beautiful palette. It looks just like the Urban Decay one. And I am excited to use this. This is the only one that I hadn't tried yet. And before I get started, I gotta tell you about this top that I have on. I found this at Target. The brand is called All in Motion, and it is so soft, warm, and snuggly and comfortable. And it's just the perfect thing to wear when it starts getting really cold outside. And last time I looked at the thermometer, it was 20 degrees outside. So yeah, winter has arrived. I think yesterday was the first official day of winter, but yeah, no matter what you keep your thermostat on in your house, there's always going to be some areas that are colder than others, and the room that I film in has vaulted ceilings, and it gets really cold in this room, and after I film, I get the heck out of here. So anyway, yeah, let's get started on the tutorial. So I'm going to grab a brush. And you know what? I think I'm going to try using one of the brushes that came with these palettes. They come with these two-sided brushes that seem to be pretty nice. So let's go into the shade that is the most rosy of the bunch. This is called Bling, and it's like a pinky mauve rose gold type shade. So let's pick some of that up and try this out. I'm going to put this in the crease. And one thing I've been realizing lately is that just because a shade is shimmery does not mean that you can't use it in the crease, because somewhere along the line, people on YouTube made us feel like we couldn't use shimmer in the crease, and it can be very pretty. This brush is working out great. I usually use something smaller that takes a lot longer, but yeah, this is working out fine. I think it depends on the color you're using, whether or not you want to use anything that big or not. Alright, so I'm going about 3/4 of the way across, I would say. And I'm going to take that like right into this whole outer section. I want to make sure that I get it right deeply into this area. All right, now the other side. No, I'm not going to use the other side for what I'm doing here. Let me grab a regular shader brush, and now we're going to go into the shade Queen. And that's this right here. It's sort of it's a light brown, really. So I'm just going to take this shader brush and put some of that on my lid. This is a very light color, but it's pretty. So I'm just putting that on my entire lid area. Now I'm going to go back to this brush I was using before and flip it over and take the small side and go back into Bling, and I'm going to drag that on my lower lash line. So this is the pinky color that I started off with. And this is just small enough that I was able to get away with that without it being like too much. Okay, now I'm gonna grab another brush, a clean brush, small-ish one, and we are gonna go into the shade called Rust, and this is the one right next to Queen. So this is the one we used on our lids. Now this one I'm gonna use like in that outer V area. It's called Rust, but it's honestly not a rust shade. It's more of just like a deeper brown shade. So we're going to put that right in the outer portion of the crease area and the lid. All right, I'm going to set that aside, and now I'm going to grab a brow type brush, and we're going to go into the shade Espresso, which is the darkest shade in the palette. And we're going to pick up some of that. And we're going to go right on the lash line, as close to the lashes as possible. I'm going to pick up a little bit more, and I'm going to go along the lower lash line, but just the outer part, not the whole thing, just a little bit of the outer part. Try and angle your hand down, and it will help with the placement. Okay, now we're going to take another clean brush, and we're going to go into Champagne, which is the lightest shade in the palette. And we're going to put that on the brow bone. and the inner corner. Now we're going to grab a black liner. By the way, if you want to know any of the other products that I have on my face, everything will be listed in the description box as always. Okay, so this is Maybelline Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil Liner in Deep Onyx. So I'm going to do my waterline. Okay, I'm gonna shut the camera off and play catch up and come back and show you the final look. Okay, so I curled my lashes and I used the waterproof Lacura They're Brilliant mascara. If you saw yesterday's video, I used the regular formula on one eye and then the waterproof on the other, and I thought the waterproof side looked a little bit more intense. And the only last thing I'm going to do, which I don't always remember to do, is use some setting spray, because especially when you're working with really shimmery shadows like this, that can just make the whole thing kind of blend together better. So yeah, let's do some setting spray. And I'm just going to use a fan so that I don't end up with any dried water droplets. It's also going to make my highlighter a little more noticeable too. So that is the finished look for the Lacura Naturals 3 palette from Aldi. And that's what the box looks like in case you're looking for it. And I hope that anybody that was interested in this was able to find it. And I hope if you did find it, you found some that weren't swatched or damaged, because this palette is broken. So I'm going to have to store it in the box. I had to choose between one that was broken or one that had not been swatched. So I opted for the broken one because I thought, okay, I'll just keep it in the box. No biggie. Because the shadows themselves were in perfect condition. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. I love the Lacura makeup from Aldi. I'm definitely going to have to pop in there once in a while to see, you know, when they release new things. And so that's it. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.